and allow Afro to actually have a fighting chance here against Edo.
Back on the drafting phase, presented by the official tournament smartphone Samsung Galaxy S25 series. They go for the same bands, Miracle. The YSS also cut off, but they don't want to go for the Lancelot. They go for the CC.
Wow, alright. CC first pick here is good because it is rarely a losing lane. But do you really want to give Zunesh a Lancelot here? And I don't know. I don't know. This RRQ looks to be, a team that can really punish the CC. We didn't really get to see Navi punish it again. They went Lapu Lapu instead of like a full CC tool. And it's an Arlet that comes through first. They know they don't need to pick up Lancelot just yet. They can go for the Arlet first, wins down in the lane. It's actually a skill matchup, but hey, if you're a good Arlet, you should be able to win out against the CC.
The Arlet though, Rashi. Very strong pick, especially for Rez, but they go for the Gatot Kacha to help zone out and have that defensive option. Counter initiation tool for Navi too.
Well, now the foot is on the other shoe here. Gatot switching sides technically, as well as the CC. We'll see what they want to go for here. I think, again, like Mirko mentioned, the jungle is going to be so important, and it is not what they go for. Selena as a solution to that immobile Pharsa. We've seen it work before, but again, this is a very headstrong dive composition. I'm wondering if they're exposing too many cards, and the RRQ can kind of pivot to counter this.
What do you think, Mirko?
I actually expected the Selena pick last game against the CC and the Pharsa. I think you would have actually found much more value there than here. Again, the Lancelot's up for grabs. RRQ just get it. There's no real response for Navi against the Lancelot yet, and RRQ could start to ban out those heroes. The Hayabusas, take it away, the Joys as well. Does Navi want to play Baksha? Is that the angle here? I don't know. Because it doesn't even look like a composition that has enough damage per se to go for a pure Baksha. Knowing the RRQ has a lot of shred, dude. Like Lance, Pharsa, Arlet, they might not instantly deal with the Baksha like a CC, but hey, they're sustainable enough. They have so many ways to deal with what Navi is building.
Yeah, they can hold on for dear life there for RRQ, especially playing behind the Pharsa too. Rin signature pick. They ban out the Fredrin, so expecting that tall man to appear in the line of Dawn. And it's now out of contention. The Moskov respected, not in the hands of Toy for game 2.
Interesting. So Navi banning out the Moskov kind of... I'm wondering if they're really concerned about Toy kiting away from the CC and Selena, or if they want to pick something else that, wants to get on top of the gold laner. For RRQ, I feel like banning the Fredrin makes sense here, because if Navi are only relying on Gatot Kacha to be the main front line, we've seen what happens when the Gatot Kacha overextends, right? You get completely destroyed, punished as well. And there's options to stack on here with the magic damage, with the burst damage, for RRQ to really negate any kind of frontline presence that Navi can get. So I think Navi, in a way, are kind of locked into trying to find some kind of frontliner to supplement the Gatot, because only CC and Gatot, you're going to see a bit of a replay of game number 1. RRQ are going to be able to do so much burst damage that they can't really find windows and space and vision to even try and get anything.
Yeah, the Hayabusa taken out, the Grok 2 respected RRQ. They're left with a pick down in the gold lane and possibly the Roam 2 to go for the Harith, denying the Joy pick for Navi. So now what did they go for, Mirko?
I don't know. It puts them in a tough spot. They end up still going for the Joy, but again, that's why the Harith is already picked up, and they didn't actually see that angle. Banned out the Grok instead. RRQ, last pick here. Roam, it can really be anything at this point. They have set up for everything. What would be the best choice here for Edok? Would it just be a Cho, clear the wave in the mid lane and get the prio?
Go back to
your take. I was about to say
Edok special. Arashi.
Yeah, I mean, good crowd control against a full-on dive composition. A ways to push everyone away from your backline. Technically, if Navi are still trying to dive onto that Pharsa, it's not as dynamic, but I think it will do the job. I was thinking something like big crowd control or sustain, and crowd control is the way they've gone for. With Edok available to them, I feel like, it's a bit of a no-brainer. We know what Edok can do on this TIG.
Well, let's take a look at the draft index, though. Counter index favors RRQ 0.1, but still lineup rating favors Navi. Let's see if Navi can still hold on to the faithful and possibly push us to game number 3. Because if you want to be the best, you gotta beat the best too. It's Navi against RRQ Hoshi in game number 2. Lineup dawn, we go.
Let's see whether it's going to be a full clean sweep with a signature Tigreal on the hands on the machine. That's not the machine, it's the engine. I mean, we've called him so many different names here, E-Dog, man. What do we call him, guys? Do we call him the X-Factor, the Catalyst?
I call him Mr. Handsome. What do you call him, Arashi?
Interesting.
Mr. Handsome. Yeah, I completely forgot. We don't have a locked-in moniker for E-Dog just yet. I mean,
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh man, we should come up with something like off cam, dude. Because I think he deserves one at this point. He's been so consistent. And looking at the emblems here by GameSmax, you're seeing again the pull yourself together for E-Dog. He wants to make those plays happen. Rins dodges away from that. Still with the tenacity. Arguably, there's going to be more danger for Rins, so the tenacity is going to be so beneficial for him. From the side of Navi, again, it's more so on the aggression. They are more concerned about beating RRQ instead of surviving the initial onslaught. We'll see if RRQ, again, will be able to get the better of Navi just purely from having a better sustain.
Yeah, the Festival of Blood pickup from the Arlet 2 has been so meta, mostly from this patch. Gives sustainability and can just go for the Oracle later on for the Arlet. Both junglers hitting level 4 now. The Joy in this composition. Kind of hard to pull against the Harith, but what do you think of this Joy, Arashi? Hold on a minute, nor you!
Ooh, a lot of damage.
Alright. Wasn't want to go full commit on that play there. Oh!
Great arrow landing on Zunish of all people! And that's first blood to Endoryu. A pick that Arashi was about to talk about.
Is this Selena the answer, though, Arashi?
I mean, dude, he got so greedy for that buff, man. And as a result now, free turtle for Navi. Definitely an overstep from RRQ there. Gotta respect it, man. Early game Selena, that's a massive problem. Honestly, the Joy against the Harith, I feel like, again, it's more so that there's not a lot of options here. Navi, again, are planning on shutting down the Farsa more so than anything. But remember, the Gatot Kacha, it really isn't as tanky against a Harith Farsa combo. Although, again, there's going to be a bit of a window here before Toy can actually get some more items and scale properly to be the threat that Apro can't really, like, tank off.
You know, still, audience prediction by GoPay, 76% for RRQ. Nothing changing quite significant just yet. So as of now, the Kings of Kings are still the favorites. But if you take a look at the rotations now coming from Navi, it seems like they are exerting more pressure early on, giving Noryu time and space to just farm up a bunch because he was doing that as Lancelot, but only the turtle was his highlight play. So at least for now, the Joy can kind of dive in constantly to the back. E-Dog will try to scout for information, but Afro is just waiting in the wings. So for now, Navi just focusing on that early game, playing discipline and not forcing fights like they used to in game number 1.
No real need to actually force out these fights, man. They can play it slow as much as they want and then just build up to a lead that they already have technically, right? So they can just constantly use this lead. Rins is very compromised in this position. Like, RRQ will have to group up together up top. Shive able to dash away. Oh, almost getting the kill. Last turret shot, not able to get Zunish down. RRQ find a cheeky pickoff in the gold lane.
Shive was not expecting that, man. That's a small win with only 2 members, so the rest of the team are rotating towards cars.
He's able to get away. Again, RRQ just trying to get as much pressure as they can here to set up for the neutral objective. And Doryu popping electrifying beats right as the turtle spawns. Yeah, temporal rain, but I don't know. Is it going to be up in time?
Like this. Oh, final slash.
Ooh.
Oh, he's out of there, man. That's an Abyssal Arrow landing on E-Dog. Apro doing a bit of damage, but it's only a Gatot Kacha sent there. E-Dog is such a threat. He's there, not using Implosion, and that makes him such a big threat. Again, the AOG comes down. That's going to be the shove. Apro able to fight it in time. Now it's an all-in over to the 2 members, and Doryu taken down. Apro will follow next as well. Great rotation by Toy.
RRQ, 5-man strong in that team fight. The rotations coming through. So now Navi, they have a wound in their legs, not walking as stable as they were. And Cars constantly pressured down bottom. Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
Alright. Well, Zunesh, again, gets more camps here. Dude, RRQ has been losing when it comes to the full-on setup, it seems like. But right there, Navi, again, way too overzealous, man. You're against a team with so much AoE. What made you think diving together like that would serve you? They've been getting so much value from, like, you know, long-distance pickoffs. Toy here, almost threatening a solo kill. You're seeing the Harith really be a problem, but Navi, they cannot go for a full-on 5v5, especially with the ultimates still available from RRQ. They gotta either bait out some of those big ultimates or make the fight as scattered as possible. They can still dive as 5, but, you know, not from the same angle.
Oh, for the airstrike coming down. Oh, Rez with a dump in. That's a final slash over to Endoryu, who's able to get away again. Rez is the one who disengaged from that. Try to go for the kill, ends up going flicker for flicker with Ook here.
It is apparent that this Harith will become a problem so insidious, but so far they want to kind of siege up top lane. So the question is for Navi, how do they deal with this Harith, Arashi?
Well, they gotta shut it down somehow, get a pick off, get a catch, but it's a Purify Harith, so oof. Scary stuff there from RRQ, man. They have so many ways to really start a fight off with Rez and Edok. This is the kind of combo we were talking about. EXP lane and roam position, able to actually coordinate, you know, the mind games, the trades, right? Who's gonna engage this time? The feints almost. Edok running nose first into Shive. But again, this is the control that RRQ have, just purely off crowd control advantage.
Yep. It's the Tigreal, man. Edok always utilizing the space. Rin's gonna be caught by the Abyssal Arrow and a trap. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Zunesh tries his best to get in. Phantom execution. And Noyu with electrified beats takes Zunesh down. An Abyssal Arrow not landing. Rez looking for the final slash, able to find 2 on the board. But it's just the front line now. And Doryu on the purple buff. Still they're taking a fight. But the airstrike coming down. Card still able to survive with a chrono dash of Toy. Gets him down. Apro forced to back away. And Navi, despite that pick off on Zunesh, can't get the turtle. It's now Endoryu in the mid lane, looking for Edok, who doesn't have the implosion anymore. Rez, what? Walks up, taunts down, and an Abyssal Arrow lands again, forcing the Purify out of Rins.
Navi getting a lot from that trade, and this turtle will be next on the menu for them. Edok still without the implosion, Toy is close by. They want to fight this.
Alpha walks over to taunt now. Zunesh walking away as well. That's even the AOG locking 2 members down, even with Toy. But Edok gets away. Zaman Force used already. Rins, no feather airstrike. And Doryu walks up. Zunesh gets the combo in as Doryu tries to dive in with electrifying beats and will be able to get a bit of damage down the curtain call. And the Abyssal Arrow lands. Toy gets very low. And Doryu burning down Rez with a flicker. Gets the vengeance and the kill over.
RRQ still able to reply, but is this the turnaround that Navi is looking for, Arashi?
They haven't really gotten the goal lead just yet, and Zunesh, while all that was happening, has been keeping busy, but he's falling short to Andoryu right there.
Oh,
Abyssal Arrow!
What a read with the Abyssal Arrow! Ook here!
No!
Reads the puncture!
Oh, from downtown.
He's cheating! He's got Apex! He's cheating!
Check his phone right now. Might have that aimbot or something. But that was beautiful. That shutdown to Zuna. She's suffering 1-3-3 for the Lancelot. But will this Lancelot be a problem for Navi later on, Arashi?
Well, later on, there are going to be targets available, but for the most part, I feel like his job is more so to pressure the backline and to follow up on a big implosion. I feel like that's the best way to really go about this. Because again, there's not a lot of heroes available from Navi that, you know, he can kind of like decisively assassinate technically. So he's better off kind of forcing Afro to play a bit more defensive, you know, to kind of be on bodyguard duty instead of going for an AOG. But so far, again, these Abyssal Arrows, these individual burst damage is what's allowing RRQ, allowing Navi to kind of shut down RRQ. Edok doesn't really get that Sacred Hammer, unfortunately. And Andoryu is really outdoing Zunesh in terms of damage and also in mobility, though. You're seeing that Zunesh can't really get away from that join, so you're seeing the value there. But again, in a 5v5, especially when the Lord is in the picture, fully expect RRQ to get a bit more, you know, a bit more pressure, a bit more position in the neutral objectives.
Unless battle, though, purchased by Zunesh. Same goes for the Blood Wings for Rin, so he has that safety net, the shield, but as of now, Navi, they're still scrambling, looking for scraps to feed on themselves. RRQ always on guard with a very high shield up on the skies for them. But it feels like a game where E-Dog holds the Tigreal. I would never count them out. One moment is what it takes for RRQ to just turn the tides around. But not for the Lord, it's going to be danced up on RRQ. They have the rotations coming in, and they want to get prio on this Lord.
And don't forget that RRQ, they have like 2 Purifiers to work with. NaVi only have 1. So again, that implosion threat becomes that much more fatal here if NaVi don't position correctly. So far with the advantage that they have, even though it's only a 500 gold lead, they've done enough to kind of demand RRQ's respect. So fortunately,
almost a read on the flicker there, but yeah, continue Arashi. That's just a flicker burn for Ook here. I think RRQ might just go and set up for the Lord again, this time holding it.
Yeah, I was about to say that they've demanded RRQ's respect. As I say that, though, RRQ wrestle it back immediately. They spot Andoryu here, so what's the move? They can kind of go for a punish, get him on low enough that they can't be a 50-50? No. Or, no, they might go for just wait for a bigger full-on team fight.
The Joy is up there, though. Very far. The junglers are close by Andoryu.
Whoa. That's an all-in. Great stun! Andoryu able to escape just a bit, but Sunesh gets the basic attack. And Andoryu is down, and NaVi will have to concede this one. There's no way they fight it. Curtain call already over to Rez and Edok. Big resource burnt down to Sunesh. Goes for the Thorn Rose. Seems like they still want to, despite the kill on Andoryu, want to look for it. Rez of the Vengeance constantly here. 2 times, I believe he actually missed the reset of the second one. Gives Cars all the free reign. That's going to be the final side of the Vengeance coming down as well, but there's no follow-up just yet. Edok still looking for the play. Shiva in the back, poking him down. Cars very low, gets away with a dash again. That's an arrow, dodged away from Apro looking for the play, but Sunesh sticks his red tree and gets it down.
NaVi again, just crumbling. Cars want to go for something.
No, couldn't get it. The EOG didn't land. A taunt does, however. Rez! Final slash, bringing the 2 all back. Apro able to dodge away now. Sunesh caught in a very tough spot, but gets away in time. Edok gets the implosion, brings him back over to Toy, but will end up dying as well.
Arashi, break that down for us.
Man, it's just RRQ again with this Sir Rin special. He walked up to a Joy on a Farsa and kind of facilitated the assassination. What the heck was that, dude? That is not the usual Farsa gameplay. And afterwards, again, the setup layering. There hasn't been a fight where Edok and Rez have used their ultimates at the same time. So there's just so much danger, so many things to kind of consider. And now look at this. Andoryu is kind of stuck behind enemy lines. He will be able to get out though, but look at what RRQ are able to get off that sequence of events. The big fight, the Lord, the turrets as well. With the vision depleting for NaVi, there's going to be less opportunities for Ukir to go for those abyssal arrows as well. So RRQ, they got a lot of value from that, that chain of events.
It's a party for the Kings of Kings. And so far, NaVi are caged in the second half of their map, their own territory. For RRQ, it's all about the farms. They're able to get the shove down bottom too. So they're able to accelerate. The minions just marching in. But yeah, again, NaVi just looking to stabilize things. Now the question is, how do NaVi get their own victory here? How do they turn this around, Arashi?
They might want to play with the side wave pressure. They tried to do that. That's why Andoryu was kind of all the way up there. But RRQ responded fast. Again, the rotational speed of the Wings by Wings is allowing them to do so much more. Purple Steel as well right there. But Rez...
Yeah, all alone. Pops in the final slash. Edok leave her to play again. Apro still holding him down. Rez gets a solo assassination. Cars and Ukir looking for the trade down. Rez taken low, taken down by Ukir. Still Andoryu waiting in the bush now as Rinz pops in a feather. Airstrike on his on force. Takes Cars down. Even with the vengeance. Andoryu running him down. Doesn't have enough damage. He knows it. With the Zaman force still there. Decides to clear out in the mid lane. Sunesh still there as well. Phantom execution. Walking over to Thorn Rose too. Sunesh making a big mistake, but the base is wide open. Ukir and Andoryu, the 2 new recruits there to fight it. Rinz gets taken down by the turret. Ukir looking to clear. Andoryu very low. Still Toy jumps in again, saves the game. 2 seconds for Shiva. A big cannon minion still alive, but Shiva gets up in time to stop RRQ from taking the game away.
NaVi still holding on a thin thread. RRQ, their celebrations halted because the minion, that cannon minion actually, did not push further. So now NaVi, they have to reset. But how long can they hold, Arashi?
In theory, right, if they really get the ball rolling, they can only rely on Shive still to go for wave clear. So this composition off the bat doesn't really have the best clear. I feel like if RRQ get a solid Lord take in the next one, they can set up for a proper 3-way push, a big team fight, and they can end. So NaVi's window is now to try and find something, right? A big Abyssal Arrow, an AOG, something like that. They gotta try and make the move before RRQ make the move for them.
And as of yet, Arashi, I don't think Shiva has any Skypiercer stacks. I think he's died. Oh my lord,
No.
Edok has a great position here, and RRQ are holding on the Lord, so it's a forced error over to NaVi. They have to make a move. If they go in, that means Edok has free reign to flank all of them. The missile arrow lands on Rez. That might be the taunt. Yes, it's a full lockdown over to Rez. That's the first Skypiercer stack taken away as Edok comes in with the implosion. No, he actually holds on to it. Gets the implosion, but Purify comes in as Noryu is able to escape with the Blood Wings. Now gets taken out by Zunesh. Cars and Shive up against 3. Edok taken low. That's a Thorn Rose by Zunesh, and the Lord was taken by NaVi, which gives them a bit more space to breathe.
A steal for Andoryu, a steal for NaVi too. They get that Lord for themselves, but obviously this Lord won't be able to achieve much things because Zunesh is there to respond. But Arashi, that was an insane turn from NaVi.
Hold up. They gotta play with this. Zunesh pops in everything. He's used all his resources.
1v1.
He gets the puncture away, and that's about it. NaVi, yes, cannot do anything with the Lord.
They're able to delay the game a bit more. Here's the replay here by the official tournament smartphone, the Samsung Galaxy S25 series. It's the full-on burst towards Rez, so that's a huge amount of damage taken down. But then Toy afterwards, he got so low all the way in the beginning of the fight that he gets taken out. And at this late stage of the game, even if Shive is low on kills without any stacks on the Skypiercer, if Toy gets taken out, that is still a late game level 15 Granger. So I think RRQ needs to respect NaVi a bit more. All the way up on that base fight, man. I think RRQ really jumped the gun and thought they had a full-on rush finish. Now they're gonna force to contend with NaVi, who is catching up. Again, the same win conditions still apply. RRQ are waiting for the big 5v5, but they gotta be more proactive here. Andoryu? Oof.
Gets out. Yeah.
He gets out. Pops the electrifying beats though. That'll be quick on cooldown. But I think another underrated aspect of NaVi is the fact that they can poke from afar. I mean, sure, Rins can do that too, but they have the Granger with a Death Sonata and the Rhapsody, plus maybe Ukir just zoning out, looking for information, scouting with an Abyssal Arrow. So at least they can open up the bushes and maybe just force RRQ into an unfavorable position. But as of now, it's RRQ all over the map. Again, Edok looking at his positioning. He's always looking for the flank angles. He hasn't been frontlining that much, but the Abyssal Arrow lands, and Rez is going to be fine.
Takes a chunk off of Zunesh. Look for the chase, gets the puncture down.
Wow.
Phantom execution. Zunesh able to get a lot of damage down now. Toy looking for the angle as well. Gets an implosion! Over to 2! An AOG forced out of them now. Demand Force used up 2. Apro still able to survive for a bit, but it was inevitable. What a play by Edok!
Mr. Playmaker again and again. He was looking for that angle. He got it. Andoryu.
Stunned up, buys. Oh, it was Apro with Immortality by Andoryu comes in. Shiva taken out by the final slash of Rez. Rins walks up a bit too aggressively. Pops in for the airstrike too. Andoryu can't get anywhere out. Rins gets a solo, and RRQ clean sweep. NaVi.